Yo, this is it. I'm Mr. Fade, and you're listening to Attack of the Beats on IllMuzik.com. Here we are once again, another 5 beats, another 5 reviews after a bit of a hiatus here. But hey, sorry, I had a cold, really bad cold. It was kind of like a cold flu type thing going on or whatever. So I could have done the show, but then it would have been pretty bad, you know. I would have sounded really stuffed up. So I was like, you know what? Can't do the show. Sorry, too bad. You have to wait. But at least you guys kept sending in the beats, so that's good. But then on the other hand, I'm backed up. So, but we'll get to it right away. First up, we've got Bruffer Beats with Fame. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Bruffer Beats with Fame. I love those keys, man. There's some dope keys. Really good stuff. And the drum work, fantastic. I love it. I mean, it's a nice, all-around trap beat. And, it's smooth because, typically trap beats, you're not hearing stuff that's smooth like this, So I really like those keys. That's a nice addition and everything. The only problem I had really is that, there wasn't too much to it. It's a nice beat and everything. It's just that I just find I wanted to hear a little something else added to it or something, So, like, for example, if you had a rapper on top of this would be perfect. No problem, be perfect. But on the other hand, you could add something. So you could add maybe some kind of synth on top of it. Okay, some kind of synth sound or whatever on top of it. But on the other hand, you don't want to add too much because the way the keys are, you have the keys with those strings. You're talking, especially the strings, it's like it's in the high end, right? So you don't want to have some high pitched synth on top of that. So if you do add some synth, make sure it blends in with those keys, or you could have it as just like a change up, for example, just a change up part where you have just the synth instead of the keys. But the synth too can make you should make it really smooth because you want to match it up with the rest of the beat or whatever. But just something like that because it's it's a nice beat as it is. I just think that you just you need a little something added to it, just a little something. But I think some synth work would be good. You don't need to add something like guitar, piano, or anything like that. That's not going to fit in this type of trap beat. Just add some kind of synth, and I think you'd be good to go. But it's a really dope beat, though. I like that. All right, so next up we got Krog85 with Re-Erase. Let's check it out. All right. Oop. All right. Okay, so that was microphone's off here. Microphone. Okay, so that was Grog 85 with Reerase. All right, so for this track, the bass drums, beautiful. Great work on that, especially the drums. That's some nice drum work. I really like that shit. Because it's just, it's not the typical just, drum pattern, whatever. It's a nice addition and nice sounding drums too. It's like just sound like some nice clean drums. So that's good. It's the sample flip though. That's the thing. It's just, the guitar, I don't know. It just sounds like it's in the wrong key. I mean, I don't know, how you played this out or whatever, but I would have I think the way you have everything is great, except that it's just in the wrong key not the drums and the bass, but everything else just in the wrong key. So I would like to hear this just, with the key changed somewhat, just tune it up or down somewhat. And because the vocals too, it's a nice tone that she has in the singing, but I just think again that it just sounds out of tune, like it's just not in the right key. And that's the only problem I have really, because it's a nice production you have, everything's good. It's just, I don't know. You gotta let me know about that, because I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what you did with it, if you pitched it up and down a bit or whatever, but I think it just needs to be in a different key altogether. So, I've heard that kind of thing before, because it's, sometimes you find a sample and it sounds good, but once you put it in with your own stuff, like your drums and bass, let's say, or if you have piano or a synth or something like that, then it becomes, a different sounding tune, right? Because the sample part, that the part you're sampling, it's just on its own it's fine, but with your music, either you got to get your music in the right key, or the sample in the right key. So anyway, but I think that's the only thing you really need to change is just it's just that, so. But that's me, man. That's what I hear. So, but let me know in the forums or something like that, because I want to know. Man. I want to hear this like with a different key. But it's a nice beat though. I like that shit. All right, so next up we got Element 43 Music with Magnesium. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Element 43 Music with Magnesium. I love the synth work, man. It sounds so nice. It's such a nice tune that you got going on. I mean, it's a nice, some nice lush music you have and everything. Okay, it's really dope. The thing is that when the drums come in, I'm like, come on, man, because I was expecting some hard drums to come in. Just a nice drum track, just boom, just coming in. But instead, it's just these very low volume, laid back drums and stuff. And I was just like, oh man, it just takes it away, man. But on one hand, the way you have the drums, with this music, is that I think this would be perfect for a movie, let's say, or a TV show, because, when you listen to something like in a movie, TV show, right, you hear the music and they're not very heavy on drums, right? A lot of times just the music that's really prominent. So in your case, I think, if you're shopping this beat around or something like that, try it with that, movies and music, movies or TV, because I think that would really work. I mean, because, like I said, just the drums aren't really punching through like normally would in just a hip hop track or something. So, but if you want to, beef up the drums, I'd like to really hear that, because, like I said, the music's so nice, it's so good. So I just want to hear the drums just bang, because then you could put someone on top of this, some vocals, man, that would be really nice though. But it's just the drums, man. I was like, oh, that's too bad. But the music, very, very nice. Very well done. I have no complaints about it. That's some dope shit. But it's just those drums, man. But like I said, if you want to use it for a movie, let's say, I think this would be perfect for it and stuff, But then again, you could still maybe bring the drums up a bit. But that's about it. But I love that music. Some good stuff. All right, so next up, we've got Mr. Kinfolk with You Can Get It. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Mr. Kinfolk with You Can Get It. All right, so this beat's interesting, okay, because first of all, I like to sample a lot, okay, but sometimes I just don't feel like sampling, so I'll use some synths, okay, I'll just play around with the pads and the keys or whatever and come up with something, and I like that because, sometimes you just come up with this nice little pattern, just playing with keys, and it's like, oh, this is nice, so in your case, the beginning of your beat, that synth stuff you have going on, the synth pattern, it sounds so good. I was like, this is really, really nice. But then when the beat drops in, the drums drop in, then you change up the synth pattern. That's what threw me off, because it's not so much the pattern of the synth. Let's say it's the sound of it. Like the pitch of it, and also you're panning it left and right fast. Let's say, okay, now that's okay, but it's just the way it's done. It sounds like it's ending abruptly as soon as you go from left to right. Each side ends abruptly. You know what I mean? So it's good, but on the other hand, it's just, I don't know. I would just tune that a bit, so it doesn't cut off so much. But honestly, I would do away with that whole part, the whole pattern, because I would just keep that beginning synth part, man. That's so nice. Just keep that going. Add some drums, and there you go. Because the drums are nice. I like them. The bass could be a little heavier. It was nice, but it was a little it needs to be a little heavier. But I would use that first synth pattern, man. That was so nice, so dope, man. So try that, and the rest of the patterns stuff you have, maybe use it like on a hook or something like that. But the beginning part, that's the winner, man. Keep going with that one. Trust me. That's some nice shit. All right, so next up, we've got the last beat. It's White Boy Jack with Throwback. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was White Boy Jack with Throwback. All right, so this one, first off, watch your levels when you're mixing. Watch the levels, because right off the bat, I can hear the kick is very distorted. Okay, I can hear it, and the snare is very piercing. So, I mean, I got headphones on, so it's very piercing, the snare. But I like the drum pattern; it's good. But the sounds of the drums are okay. It just needs to be, mixed properly, so it's not so loud. Okay, in the mix, and then you just have the piano come in with that little sound in the background and stuff. So, I'm listening to it, and I'm like, okay, this is, a good starting point, I would say, for a beat. I mean, I wouldn't leave it like this at all. I would just add something to it. So for right off the bat, you would have to put a bass line. As soon as you put a bass line on something like this, put a nice bass line, something good. It won't seem so bad, because right now you just got these drums with the piano just looping over and over again. So if you add a bass line to that, it doesn't seem so bad, okay? Because at least the bass line will carry the track. It'll create some kind of groove. Then you can still have the piano going, but I would bring the piano down a bit in the mix, because you don't want this to be the main instrument in your beat, okay? And the reason why I'm saying that is because then you could add something else to it. For example, some strings or a synth. I would go with a synth and just build on that. So have your piano as like your background instrument, and bring in some kind of like a nice pad or something like that from your keyboard, and then play that as your main instrument. Okay, so as long as you do that, bass line, bring the piano down, and then just tighten up the drums so that they're not so piercing, then you'd have a really good beat right there. Okay, because right now I think it's it's okay, but it's just a foundation. Like, it's a good starting point for building on. Okay, so and you'll see as you keep building stuff up like that, you just keep adding things. You'll see it's going to come together. But you just gotta think big, let's say. But you don't want to add too much, right? You don't want it to be too muddy in the mix and stuff. But yeah, just try something like that. But the main thing is, for now, is watch your levels, man, in the mix, because I hear a lot of beats like that where it's very, very hot in the mix. It's in the red a lot and stuff. So especially that snare. So get that under control, and you should be good to go. All right, so that's it from me. I'm Mr. Fade. This is Attack of the Beats. Keep sending your beats in. I keep reviewing them. And don't forget to post in the forums too. Let me know what's up. And my favorite beat this week, the winner is, drum roll please, Bruffer Beats with Fame. Let's check it out.